Hi everyone, today we're going to be doing Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 5 Reunion Part 3. We're going to start off with asking Candy about her relationship with Todd and how last season when they was in Africa, how which doctor told her that, hey, you're going to be getting married and the person you're going to marry is that person with you everywhere you go, and she forgot about that till one of her friends brought it up. Then it was after how that comment Nene made about how I guess less expensive the ring was, and Nene's like, I didn't mean it like that, but Candy took it as, you make it seem like this ring is cheap and Todd is cheap. She's like, okay, whatever. Nene didn't up on to it. Then we spent a good like 15 minutes debating whether Kenya and Walter's relationship was real. Now, nobody on stage believes it's real. Kenya is the only person that's like in believes or just don't want to fess up to the fact that her and Walter's relationship was real. Nene, she was like, I told I told, what's her name, Cynthia, and we was at the airport, I just don't see their relationship. They don't hug, they don't talk. I mean, they talk to each other, but it's like, why everybody else being lovey-dovey, they just sitting there eating their food, looking very uncomfortable with the situation. And Nene's like, I just didn't feel it. And when they was in Anguilla getting their massages, and Kenya said how her and Walter talk about marriage all the time, and Nene's like, I just don't see that with y'all. Some of y'all relationship just don't smell right. Y'all just not acting like y'all act like y'all don't really even know each other or even like each other. So how y'all gonna expect us to believe that y'all in love? Kenya was playing the part, but Walter was more of, oh yeah, okay, whatever. I mean, you can go flirt and do all this other stuff. I don't really care. You paid me. I got my money, so I'm just doing my job. Allegedly. She was like, no, me and Walter, we knew each other for years. We dated 2 years ago. And when I finally decided to move to Atlanta, I got back in contact with him and we started dating for them. And then it's like, have you ever had sex with Walter? She's like, well, it's hard to get in my cookie jar, so no. You gotta do a lot to get in my cookie jar. And I was like, okay, we're gonna take that as a no. Y'all haven't had sex. And then went on to the comic of, you were getting mad at Phaedra because she said you were crazy, but here you are, calling Walter gay. That's messing up his relationship, which nobody really believes, because apparently in Atlanta, Walter is known for having some young girl on his arm, different young girl every time you see him. So nobody really listened to that. I guess that backfired on Kenya, because everyone's like, ain't one person ever in life said that they seen Walter with a man. They done seen him with a few young girls, but never no man. She's like, Walter lied to me. Actually, I lied to myself because I believe Walter loved me and I believe he would change. Everybody's like, okay, you keep on believing that or saying you believe that, but we as a whole don't believe it. People out on TV didn't believe it. I didn't believe it after a few episodes. It probably wasn't even that long. I was like, dang, they don't seem like they really like each other at all or know each other enough to be in a relationship that they going out of town together. I was like, maybe that's just me, but as I was watching, like, no, I don't know what man would be okay with his woman flirting with every man that walks by. I just don't see that ever. So the fact that Kenya was blatantly doing that in front of Walter really threw up flags. So yeah, and then Kenya was talking about how Phaedra was calling her a whore and all this stuff, and then she switched it up. She's like, well, I'm not, this is Kenya speaking, I'm not the one who's had sex with a convicted felon fresh out of prison, got pregnant, and lied about when I got pregnant. And Phaedra cannot say anything because I don't know if it was fresh when he first got out of prison, but it was true. So Phaedra was like, oh, really, was you there? She's like, no, was you there with me? But they couldn't say each other. You wasn't there in Kenya's relationship, and Kenya wasn't there when you got pregnant with Apollo, so, yeah. So when the men came out, it really got good. First started out with Todd. Kind of was thrown off, and Candy said she wanted Mama Joyce to come live with her. It's like, yeah, because, our relationship is new. Don't get me wrong, I love Mama Joyce. Some girl. Good mama. But, as far as her moving in right off the bat, no, we need to, have our time together, and maybe a little down the road when she a little older, maybe she can move into the guest house. But as far as right now, no. And it's like, you didn't want to be on the show, did you? He's like, no, I didn't want to be on the show, but, you know, that's what my lady wanted. That's what it did. Greg was more outspoken this year. He brought up the fact that he called Kendra crazy and shit. We didn't call her crazy. He said she needed medication when she threw Portia at her women to film, black women to film party. He's like, yeah, that sounds like somebody need medication. And he was like, yeah, the way she was acting, I did think she needed a pill. The way she was acting, yeah. One point, Kenya got up and did that Gone with the Wind fabulous dance, and she was caught basically when she wasn't getting her way of how something was going, and she went, instead of over talking somebody, she got up and did that Gone with the Wind fabulous twirl that she's known for doing at random moments. And Peter called her on it. See, when you getting caught in some kind of lie or something, that's what you do. You do that Gone with the Wind fabulous stuff. Makes you look crazy. Yeah, and then it switched over to Apollo. It's like, I don't really, care too much for Kenya. They had brought up the whole Walter situation and how it's like Kenya broke up with Walter, but y'all was always asking Walter around. It's like, we didn't really have no relationship with Kenya. Walter was cool and he was, our friend. So of course, if we going somewhere and we with our ladies, like, hey Walter, you come, maybe we can bring you a lady. Come hang with us, because most likely they women was gonna be off huddled together and they ain't had nothing to do. So hey, we can all talk together. Come on, Walter. Just like Walter was a cool dude. He may be on there promoting the show, but yeah. And Kenya got mad. It was like when Walter was gonna do his interview, he called all y'all. He was like, yeah, he called us, but we told him not to do it. He was asking for our advice because you was going out telling all kind of lies about him, calling him gay just because he didn't want to get with you. Now, Walter likes his women like he likes his friends, 22, 24s, and 26s. And Kenya, you are not in that age range. So, yeah. She's mad because they weren't mad at Walter as well. Walter didn't do nothing to them. Walter just didn't want to play your man no more because you was taking it too far, talking about marriage and all that stuff. And he clearly just like, okay, we was going to be together just for this little bit minute so you can get you a storyline here in Atlanta, and that was it. But you trying to bring in marriage and stuff, that's messing up my reputation with the ladies. Paraphrasing, I'm just guessing right here because I kind of seen how Walter was acting. Then Apollo was like, hey, I don't really know Kenya like that. I just don't respect her business deal and all that stuff. Kenya was like, well, stop texting me. And everybody was like, oh, texting you? She brought out her phone to, I guess, show that they've been texting. But Andy was like, okay, there's nothing sexual on here. He was like, yeah, I was in California at the hotel. Kenya up there trying to call and get with me. I had to switch hotels, so Kenya was out stalking him to get in his bed. He's like, I had to switch hotels, go to another hotel. Me and my wife talked about this, and Paige like, that's why I called her a hoe or a whore, because she was out there trying to get with my man. And my thing is, Kenya, even if you didn't like Phaedra like that, and y'all had y'all dispute, and Apollo was apparently trying to get with you, how does that make you look if you was texting him back? I'm pretty sure you was. You'd been looking like you was trying to get with Apollo. And Apollo, the fact that you was like, why was you texting her back? There was some text going on at some point in time. So what was you doing texting her? Yeah. And then they brought up the situation that how Cordell wasn't there. Apparently he had to work, and he had to go out to work with his boss. And Peter's like, we all had to be somewhere, but we was here for our ladies. And he should be here defending you. Portia, she went on this rampage about how her and Cordell's relationship is new, and she vowed before her friends and God that she was going to stand by her man, and no, he's not perfect, she's not perfect either, but this is their life. And she felt that the girls they didn't welcome her as she thought that she should have been welcomed. There was more of saying how Cordell was controlling, which that's the way it played out on TV. Now, whether he's really like that, I don't know, because I'm not all up in their house like that, but that seems how it, looked. He was always, you need to get that together. And every time I try to say that, no, you need to get that together, handle that. Really, Cordell? It's like that. Yeah. So apparently this was taped like a week before that whole Cordell filing for divorce. Currently, they've been trying to make it up, so I don't know how that's gonna work out. What else? Kenya, she was steady singing "Gone with the Wind" fabulous while she was sitting down because she was annoyed. She was steady popping that fan. And Nene is cracking up at everything. It's like, I am not in the drama this year. I stayed out of it because I seen how Lala looked and it wasn't pretty. Nene's like, I'm turning over new leaves. I got bigger and better things going on. I will not be a part of this foolishness. I will not be the foolishness. I'll be around looking and kicking, but I will not be a part of it. So I thought it was funny how Kenya tried to put Apollo on blast about, him trying to get with her, but like these were his texts that he said nothing about, ooh, you look pretty today, can we meet up somewhere? Tried to call him out and didn't really work. Yeah. And he said, yes, I am a convicted felon, but I am an educated convicted felon. That didn't stop, okay, talking about him being a convicted felon, that did not stop you in the beginning from trying to get with him. Because if you look, when you, first season page was on there, it's like, yeah, he had been in prison. Just about everybody knew that who'd been watching the show. So that didn't bother you at the beginning, so why does it bother you now? Was it because he didn't want to get with you? Now it's like, oh, you're a convicted felon, I can't be around you. Because that show didn't seem like the problem in the beginning. So yeah, that was, the gist of the episode. Oh yeah, Santi did bring up the fact that, yeah, when me and, Peter was first on the show, he seemed a little bit controlling. We were basically just about to get married, been together for a while. So, yeah, I could see how you could see him controlling, but, yeah. So, yeah, now that was just the episode. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment or give a response. And like always, I want to thank my subscribers and the people who watch my videos. I want you to like this video, comment, and subscribe. And share this video with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and here on YouTube. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.